Sí.
Also related to Henry VIII is Anne Boleyn, whose body was found in the Victorian era. Her head and her whole body was found there. She also has been seen hearing from the King's Cloistery. That place sometimes she can be very Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn's daughter, Elizabeth I, have been there. The library and his poster. King George III said that he stuck the money back. He named herself Elizabeth. We think it was her. Also, this king that I said, that you see there, he had like a mental disease and people were actually hiding in the library. I'll give you here. In the hallways, in the doorway. There are also not royal members toasting there. There's a boy who shouts, I don't want to talk to writing today. Also the scenery. Also there's tower, there's a commissioner from the new one who was there and who has seen there. Also there's a writer and explain around that seen there. And there's also the story of Karen the Hunter, who was one of the hunters, favorite hunter from King Richard II, who saved his life, and the other hunters got like jealous from him and made a rumor from him, and when Karen saved King Richard II's life, he got so injured and they got like he was killed with witchcraft, and also well the co-workers also tried to do something. The man who killed this hunter, and so he lost his hunting skills and he got like depressed and he hung himself in a tree and he's seen in one of the gardens of this castle. They say that he's looking for lost souls. That's it for
Well, my name is Christian Gomez, and I'm going to talk to you about London Eye and St. Paul's Cathedral. The London Eye is a giant Ferris wheel on the south bank of the River Thames in London, also known as the Millennium Wheel. Well, it's something very characteristic in London. It's like the new wheel here in when you order the Pepsi, you would go some kind of nicer and more expensive. And it was originally published as the British Eye since January 2015. It has been known in branding as the Coca-Cola London Eye, some kind of road benchmarking with Pepsi. Following as an agreement signed in September 2014. Well, if you have to visit London, it's some kind of take a good side of the old town. You know, it's like if you haven't been on the London Eye, you haven't been in London. It's like they say, I think. Well, its whole structure is 135 meters in height, and the wheel has a diameter of 120 meters, 394 feet for everyone who uses the English system. And when erected in 1999, was the world's tallest Ferris wheel. Its height was surpassed by 160 meters, that of Nanchang. And Singapore is like another benchmarking of China, has another wheel. And it's supported by an A-frame. You know what's an A-frame? everything has vectorial mechanics. It's an F. Then you have the circle, so it has a better resistance to all the movements, everything that could happen. And the Nanchang and Singapore wheels. The eye is described by its operators, the wall's tallest cantilevered observation wheel. It's the highest wheel in the entire world, even though there is a Pepsi, it's a Coca-Cola one, and it's the tallest, and it's in London. If you've ever been to London, you have to see it. And it's, as you can see in this image, the Europe's tallest Ferris wheel. Now for the highest bullet viewing point in London. It's like if you go to Cerro de la Silla, in the platform, it's some kind of comparable. Not that much, but it's the highest point in here in the city. It's observation deck on the second floor. Pieces of which opened to the public on February 1, 1913. It's some kind of, it's not so old, it's very new. It's the most popular trade tourist attraction in the United Kingdom. It's over 3.5 million visitors annually and has made many appearances in popular culture. Yeah, I think you have seen it in some Simpsons episode, in case you don't know it. The London Eye also adjoins the western end of Jubilee Gardens in the south bank of the River Thames, between Westminster Bridge and the Washington Bridge, the London Road of Lambert. I've never been to London, so in case you want to know. Another attraction here in London is the St. Paul's Cathedral, as you can see here. It's like a cathedral of St. Paul. It's an Anglican cathedral, the seat of the Bishop of London and the mother church of the Diocese of London. It sits at the top of Ludgate Hill in the highest point of the city of London. Its dedication to Paul the Apostle dates back to the original church on this site, founded in AD and to the 6th. Dating from the 17th century, was designed in English Baroque style by Sir Christopher Wren. Its construction, completed in Wren's lifetime, was part of a major rebuilding program which took place in the city after the Great Fire of London. I think the Great Fire was some kind of war, or I don't know, something.
The Great Fire of London? It was an event that was predicted by Nostradamus, no?
I don't have a deal. This was constructed because of this. The cathedral is one of the most famous and most recognizable sites of London, which is down framed by the spires of grand city churches, dominating the skyline for 300 years. At 365 feet, 111 meters high, is the tallest building in London from 1710 to 1962. It's like the record of all, the most of the most, the best of the best. The tallest of all those buildings were in London. Its height is outstanding for the date it was built, in the 17th. In terms of area, St. Paul's is the second largest church building in the United Kingdom after the Liverpool Cathedral. Has anyone been to the Liverpool Cathedral? Me neither. This cathedral occupies a significant place in the national identity of the English population. It's the central subject of much promotional material, as well as postcard image of the dome extending to surrounded by smoke and fire of the Blitz. The Blitz? I don't have any
It was a bomber in the Second World War.
pasaban y soltaban un montón de bombas y se llaman gritos. Dan muchos relámpagos. Important services held at St. Paul's have included the funerals of Lord Nelson, the Duke of Wellington, Sir Winston Churchill, and Margaret Thatcher. Jubilee celebrations for Queen Victoria, peace services marking the end of the First and Second World Wars, the wedding of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Lady Diana Spencer, the launch of the Festival of the Cane, and the Thanksgiving services of the Golden Jubilee, the 18th birthday and the Diamond Jubilee of the Elizabeth II. St. Paul's Cathedral is a music working church with holy prayer and daily services. Yes. I can read here. It's like a common church, but because of its dimensions and significance to this nation, it's like the super. Like if someone famous wants to marry and be on the news, he has to marry there. It's like la Catedral de Monterrey. But it's so enormous dimensions. And that's what I can talk about. Sorry I didn't know much of this. Thanks for every day we're learning new things. So from my part, this is
have you seen the movie Gladiator? Yeah. Have you seen the scene where Maximus is like erasing his tattoo? Where it's a mark of the military of the ancient Rome. Hadrian's Wall was a defensive fortification in Roman Britain. Began in the AD 122 during the rule of the Emperor Hadrian. This is the remainings of the wall, and this is the Hadrian's Wall. It's the most popular tourist attraction in the northern England and was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. Hadrian's Wall was 80 Roman miles. That's like 170.5 kilometers. Its width and height were dependent of the construction materials nearby, like stones of the river, mountain, everything. The purpose of the construction was Hadrian wished to keep intact empire from the barbarian, what do you say, invasion, which have been imposed via divine instruction. If you remember, many dictators, emperors, did say that God said that he had to rule. In years after Hadrian's death, in 138, the new emperor Antoninus Pius essentially abandoned the wall, leaving it in support row, and began building a new wall called Antony Wall, about 160 kilometers north. This is the Hadrian's Wall, and then here is the Antony Wall. Yeah. And that's kind of very basic information about. And then is the Westminster Palace. This is the Westminster Palace. The Palace of Westminster, commonly known as the Houses of the Parliament, after its occupants. The palace lies on the Middlesex bank of the River Thames in the city of Westminster in central London. For ceremonial purposes, the palace retains its original style and status as a royal residence and its property of the crown. This is where it lays the here, and this is the Westminster Abbey and the Cathedral, the Buckingham Palace. This is the downtown of London. The first royal palace was built on the site in the 11th century, and Westminster was the primary residence of the kings of England until a fire destroyed much of the complex in 1512. After that, it served as the home of the Parliament in England, which have been meeting there since the 13th century, and also as the seat of the Royal Courts of Justice based in and around Westminster Hall. This is how it looks, the Westminster Parliament, empty and full. It's like too big and it contains of too many people, and well, it's also very basic information because it has so much history. I don't know, it's about the construction, about everything, and it's all of my part. That's it.